Okay, so let's start off now. Hello everyone. Good afternoon to all of you. I hope you had a good weekend.
Yes.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
So how many of you got this thing, the certificate for Tradetron performance of March?
Every month I am getting every month, sir.
Every month. That's awesome. How about you, Pradeep sir?
Yeah, I'm fine, sir. I am very new to marketplace, so as of now I didn't get anything.
Okay.
I am using all my strategies for myself. Just 2 days back only I launched all my strategies to marketplace, and totally I have submitted 17 strategies to the market.
Oh, 70 strategies. Oh wow, you have an institutional plan or a PM creator plan?
A creator plus plan, so that I can able to post 17 strategy on market.
Right. And also you all don't have to share profit sharing also, so that's a good thing.
Yes.
But
all the strategies are going good for myself. Now I plan to submit to the people, so that even other people also can use to get profitable using my strategies.
Correct. Right. Yes. So yeah, that should be the ultimate aim of everyone. Like once you are profitable, then obviously we will want to promote the strategies in others. Yes. So that's what we will discuss.
But
so,
one issue is having in my account. I already said to you that in my account every time is showing 1.5 hours later. So for an example, if I'm getting traded on 9:20, for an example, I am having a 9:20 AM straddle. 9:20 it is getting triggered, but when I go in deployed page, when I click the strategy legs, when I click the leg, it is showing like instead of 9:20, it is showing 10:20. 10:40.
Oh, that must be because of the this thing, your time setting, right? In the tech department, this thing backend, it should be that. Just tell me your client ID. Yeah, I think we will sort it out later on. So there is an issue. So sometimes the time can be set to, say, some people's time is set to Kuwait or other time zones. So because of that, the entry time shows different for different people based on the location.
Because of that, I am not able to getting my proper backtest result. All the backtest result is showing wrong answers.
Okay.
So I need I need a definite solution for that.
Yeah, we will do that. So actually, you could have just messaged me during the week. So I would have actually helped you out with that during the week itself. But anyway,
and also I also posted another issue regarding strategy sorting. Hope you remember that.
Yes, we have already on the Telegram you posted that question.
Yes.
No, so yeah, we already informed Vikram sir, so he's already aware of that. So we are taking this feedback and slowly we will try to incorporate those things that are
because without sorting all, because I have 12 strategies only in straddles. Okay, sir. So without sorting, all my straddles is lying at somewhere place. It is not in a sorting.
Correct.
So I can't able to remember which straddle this is.
Correct. Right. Yeah.
I'm getting little confused. So I need also a resolution in this issue also, sir.
Yeah, I spoke to Vikram sir today morning during the week also. So he said that take all the feedback from all the users. So that will be this thing. Also, one more important thing that by today, almost all the topics that we needed to cover will be covered. But at the same time, if you have any kind of questions, right, I will be always available. So not only on Telegram, you can message me on WhatsApp any point in time. Some of you have already interacted me during the week also. So according to that, if you are related to strategy or like the issue that you discussed right now, you don't have to wait till the weekend. You can message me anytime on WhatsApp. I will be, whenever I am free, I will be able to sort it out for you. Okay. Also, the thing is, we have what we have planned. So tomorrow we won't be having any session. So today we will cover almost all topics. But next week we are having an interactive session. So even Vikram sir will be joining us. He mentioned for about 30 minutes to discuss directly with you about your requirements, about your issues, and if there is something that you want to discuss with him personally, he will be available for 30 minutes. At the same time, what we are planning for next week is each of us, right? So there are around 6 members in the group this time. So we will give you an opportunity to talk about your strategies and your different strategies that you have and your opinion about the market, and based on that what kind of logic you have implemented to create your strategies. So we will have about 20 minutes of presentation for each one of you. okay, where you will be talking about your strategy, and based on that, we will give a collective feedback. Like, one person will present first based on my experience and how to go about delivering the strategy presentation. We will give you feedback. At the same time, other members of the group can give a collective feedback to that person. So that will take about, if you give about 15-20 minutes per person, then you can just talk about it. So that basically, what, over a period of time, right, you will be able to basically present your logic towards market as well as your strategies to the users in a better way. So that's what we will try to do as a collective group. Okay. And at the same time, if you remember, right, so in this Tradetron YouTube channel, you can see my screen, right? So over here, we have this Know the Strategy session. So if I just put Know the Strategy, and if I click on enter, then as you can see, so these are different sessions that we have at regular intervals. So for example, every 3 to 4 months, right? If a strategy creator's strategy is performing well, and over a period of time, say maybe after 3 to 4 months, if he wants to use Tradetron platform to basically market his strategies in order to put this to the users of clients or of Tradetron, then we have this strategy. So for example, this is the user right research. This is finance acharya. So we have about 1 hour sessions of this creator. So as you can see, compounding wealth advisors, where they can talk about their own strategies, about their strategies on marketplace. This is how you can reach to your own clients. So we have around 3,200 views over here, 2,300 views. So according to this, right, if your strategy starts performing well, once it is on the top this thing, then automatically you can use our platform also to speak about your strategy and your things, because that is ultimate aim of each one of you. I can understand, right? So this is what we will try to do over a period of time, and also we will try to provide you support in terms of whatever process, wherever you get stuck and whatever kind of support you need. Okay. So for today's session, right? Just wanted to answer a few questions that we discussed. Yeah, please go ahead. Yes, please go ahead, sir.
Sir, here what I am able to see that every strategy creator, no strategy creator has used his own name. They have used, they don't have used their own name, like right research, finance, yeah, like that. If can I change my name
you
also
can,
so that?
Yes, of course. Yes, so I will show you how to do that right now only. So this, for example, this is an institution, right? Research, also finance acharya, compounding.
I'm able to see no one is using his own name.
Yeah, correct. So basically, see, because if it's a kind of an organization, right? Ultimately, if it's, for example, Vardhaman sir has his name as Quantum Capital, or even Kiran sir has his name as Market Garuda. So like that you can do. So for example, I can just go to say profile over here, right? So this is my name, right? So I can just put, say, something like, Nelson Capitals, okay, Capital, or I'll just put, say Alpha Capital, okay. And then if I put this and if I save this, right? See, my profile name is changed to Alpha Capital, okay, sir. If you see this, right? So you can do that. It's a very simple way to do that. But but that is a more professional way of doing it. Like your own name, right?
Name should not appear in the.
Correct, right? So because it's when you put forward your institution as this thing, right? It creates a brand image after all. So that's an important thing to do. So you can do that. Okay. So it's a very simple thing. You just change your name and that's all you have to do. Okay. So that is one thing. So this is the thing that I wanted to share with you. So even I was profitable. I made around 3%. So this is the certificate that you get. So this is basically, every month end, right? At the end of whatever deployments you have in your own account, it can be either marketplace strategies or even your own deployments. So basically, whatever live you are trading, unless and until it is deleted. If it is deleted, then Tradetron deletes the data. That data is not available. But if you use a particular strategy and if you archive it, based on that overall profit for the month that is generated on a gross basis, right? Tradetron gives this certificate to each and every profitable user. So basically, you can share this on social media, or you can share this with your clients, saying that you basically the point is to create that confidence in people that, you know what, algo trading can be profitable if you follow certain strategies and rules. Then basically it will be, it can be profitable. It is profitable for me, and also it can be profitable for you. So this is how you can.
I have also got certificate.
Okay, awesome. How much percentage, sir?
6%, sir.
6% is very good for per month. So Vardhaman sir, you have not deployed it live right now, right? So maybe
I did, but for some reasons, and I said no, sorting is a big issue for me. So to sort it, what I did is I copied all the strategies completely new.
Okay.
According to my sorting idea. Okay. Then I sorted and removed all the old. Do you catch my point? I had around 35 strategies, but all in up down way. Okay. Then exactly on March 31st, what I did is I copied the existing strategy according to my sorting ascending order. Okay. Then I sorted all the strategies, and again I deleted all the old strategies so that I can able to sort all my strategies. So because of that, all my data is removed, so that I can't able to get the. I did this on March 31st. So that I thought from this new financial year, I can able to do all the best things in a good way.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, basically, so next month onwards, you can start doing this. So this is the first time also where I kept all the data. Previous month data I had made around 2.5 or something %. But the thing is, I had deleted the data, so I did not get the certificate. So this month I got it. Yeah, that way. So that way. So how about you, Kiran sir? Were you profitable this month in your deployment?
Yes, sir. This is my third certificate actually.
Okay. How much percent, sir?
First month I got 5%.
Okay, that's nice.
Second month I got 200%.
Wow, it's a buying strategy that you have, or what?
Yes, buying and
awesome.
both. Strangle and both buying also there.
Okay.
And this month 6.5%. Last month, because of that war and gap ups and gap downs, profit went huge.
Okay. Because it was very volatile, no? So I think that might have been the reason. Okay,
yes,
nice.
That's why I got 200%, and thank you. This month is 6.5%.
Okay, good.
Actually,
as long as
one position got closed yesterday only. So it went to that position came. This month, so percentage will be added in the next month.
Awesome. Yes, that will be there. Yes, correct. Yeah, because it will be first the March, right? So 1st April. So it will be calculated.
That position was holding for more than 10 days, and it gave huge profit on yesterday only.
Okay. Great. That is great, sir. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. How about you, Adesh sir? Adesh sir, how about you?
Yeah, hi. I mean, I got one certificate, I know, but the thing is, the entire month I have been, updating my strategies, right?
Okay.
I mean, it's more or less on a trial. I deploy it in a couple of days. I see what are changes I need to do. And manually, I was profitable. But Algo, I do it on 2 days. Then I take it out. Then I get update it. Then I rename it and deploy it again. So the entire month has gone in this only. But overall, if I see in the Algo account, I haven't lost any money. But I think I have around 30 strategies out of one now. I mean, keep on doing the iterations in that.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice. So next month you can try for this. So basically,
but last month I have one strategy which is running still. But it's live offline. Last month it was live online. This month it's live offline. That is generating a returns. But I don't know. Is it?
No. So this certificate, right? This certificate you get only for live auto deployment, where you are actually making a profit. So live offline or paper trading deployments are not calculated for this. So whenever you deploy your own strategy, whatever deployment you have, right? Whenever you make profit based on the deployments that are done from Tradetron, and if you don't delete that deployment, if you delete that deployment anytime, right? Then the data is getting deleted from everywhere. But if you archive it, then that data will be there. So based on that, you can get the certificate at the end of the month.
And this certificate is like, for example, if I'm deploying your strategy.
Yes, it will have that data also. As long as the profit is in your account.
Okay, that time I'll get a certificate irrespective of whose strategy it is.
Yes, yes. So for example, if I have deployed, say, one strategy of mine that has generated 1% return. Okay. Another strategy of I have deployed 2 other strategies and 1% in each of the strategies. Then total profit that is shown over here is 3.17%. That is my total deployment. But it's only live auto. That is actual profit in my account of all the strategies that are totally deployed in the
live offline doesn't count because I mean I have some, I mean most of them in live offline because I want to get sure.
Yeah, no, live offline is not counted. Only live auto is basically your actual trading and actual profit, right? Okay. So that is what is counted. Okay, so that way you can decide. The thing is, this is how, if you see Twitter also, right? Over there, people are posting this now. That, you know what, I was profitable by so and so amount. And also, if you see our Telegram group, right? So over here now people have started posting. So this is one thing that also you should start doing, where, you know, in Telegram group, people are posting their daily updates of how the strategies are performing. So there are around 2,956 members, right? Which you are already a part of, I hope. And if you're not, then you should join this group.
Not part of this.
No, you have to be part of this, because everything, this is all Tradetron users only. This is official Tradetron channel. Okay, sir. So make sure that you join over here, because ultimately after this, you will have to start promoting your strategies. And who better to promote the strategies than to actual Telegram users? So this is where even all the top users, right? That Algo Capital, or even say Sitaram Panda of MarketStar. So these are the people. See, for example, people are posting their profitable certificates over here. So that creates an image. So and then you can give your group link over here wherever you want to, you know, basically your own Telegram channel that you will be starting. So over there you can start this thing. All these details you can start sharing, and there is no restriction over here that, you know.
Tradetron.tech community.
Yes, Tradetron.tech community. I will try to share the link also with you guys in the Telegram group, so that, you know, you can join directly from there. But slowly you need to start, you know, like promoting your strategies over here. There are certain random discussions also that keep on happening. But most of the people, what they do is, see, they post this data, so that, you know, you will automatically, people will start following you guys. And that's how this thing, your client base will also start increasing. Okay, but we will discuss that later on. So for now, right, let me just discuss. Last time what we discussed was a few questions that were there. Pradeep sir, your query with regards to the filters, right? I've already informed Vikram sir. So yeah, he's already aware. Also, you can mention that to him when he's there in the next session, when weekend will be there. So that is one point. Second question was with regards to what if in online invoice is getting generated, but payment is made in offline. So for that, what the user has to do is, basically the creator will be able to delete the online invoice and generate an offline invoice. Okay. And then once you receive the payment offline through directly to your account, then you can mark the offline invoices paid. So that is the solution for that. But there is no way to basically generate an online invoice and mark it paid when you have received the funds directly in your bank account through offline method. Okay. So that is the answer for that. Also, with regards to, there was one query with regards to max profit and max loss that we discussed, right? Whether there will be a chart for that can be done. So Vikram sir mentioned that they will try to work on it, but as of now, what happens is that the database does not store that value for each and every strategy, as it is stored for PNL. So if that can be coded at a later stage, he will try to do that. But as of now, that data is not there. So it's difficult to put that in.
Sir, even I tried that code, what you have given last week, but it's not showing the values of max PNL and like that.
Can you get in touch with me, say around, say after this session in the evening, around 4 to 5 o'clock? What we can do is I'll check the code, because it's getting this thing. If you see my strategies, right? So if I go to deploy, so for all of my strategy, wherever I am using this code, it's getting this data away. So see, it's a notification log. Over here, this code is showing the values for me wherever I've used it. So maybe there is something that is missing, or some place that the data is put, right? So, but I will check it and I will fix it for you if it's there is some issue in this. Okay, so we will get in touch with that. I will get in touch with you, and I will have an any session with you, and I will resolve that for you.
Okay. And one more thing, sir, I had a bad thing happened on the day before yesterday. I used that exit for all.
Okay.
Exit position for all. Them around 21 people are there. Okay. 21 people deployed that strategy, and I want to exit. I have given exited, and it got exited for all.
Okay.
But except to me.
Was your deployment this thing in the same? Okay.
But because next day, when after closing market only, I've seen that question. Then try to close the position manually on next day, and it's not happened. And after seeing the notification log, it's showing as error with the counter resetting. That happened only in my account. Only because maybe that it will happen for the creators. No, but all other people, it's clear exited properly.
Maybe there was, did you see the notification? Like there might have been some error in the this thing. The reason why it did not exit
for you, right? 20 people it happened, right? And only for the creator it gave error. It's not exited.
We will have to check the logs.
Next thing happened, and another yesterday also it happened for another strategy. Only error issue is coming only for the creator and not the other people.
I will have to check the notification log along with the strategy.
Because it's a major issue, maybe a small bug in that.
Yeah, no. If I'll check if there is some bug or there is some issue with regards to the deployment or something like that, but not an issue. I will check both the things. I will discuss with you later on. Okay. So yeah, okay, not an issue. Okay. Yeah. So that is the thing. So one of the things that I wanted to show you last time was basically with regards to this thing. The offline invoice that we generate, right? Like last time we generated an invoice, and for example, this is my account, and I have generated an invoice for my mother, right? So from my account, if I want to check my subscribers, so over here, see, for example, for online invoice, as we discussed last time, the users directly get an email, right? So they can keep a track of that the online invoice is generated, and they can make the payment directly from their email. But for offline invoices, as we saw, so once I created this invoice as a offline invoice over here, the user doesn't get an email, right? So if I've created an invoice for this particular account from here as an offline invoice, then what will happen is in my mother's account, this is the notification that we get. So this is what was not showing up last time. So as we can see over here, in mother's account, there will be a notification that you have invoices pending. Click here to pay. But this click here, right? If I click on this, what will happen is that it will take me to the invoices page, where it will show me the invoice. If I click on this invoice, it will show me what is the invoice that is generated, like this. Just one second, let it open. So this is the invoice. And as I mentioned, my bank details over here. So this is the bank detail with IFSC code. The user can basically make the payment to this bank invoice. And once the user has made the payment via offline, I can go over here and I can mark this invoices paid. Okay, so that is how it looks. So last time I was not able to show you this part because of some tech issue, I think. So this is what I wanted to show you this time. So this is what it is with regards to this. Now, the next topic that I wanted to discuss was the adjustment request. So what happens is that, for example, in my mother's account or a user's account, there is a possibility that they have deployed a particular strategy, and the strategy, due to say a margin shortfall or something like that, the strategy may go into error. Because of which, what happens is that on Tradetron, the profit that might be shown is something like, say, suppose 400 or 500 rupees based on the current market price. But at the same time, due to as the strategy has gone into error, the user might have got just the profit of around 200 rupees. Because once the strategy is in error, it does not get updated in Tradetron, right? So that is a difference of value that can happen. So then in that case, the users, right, what they can do is they can raise an adjustment request to the strategy creator. So what will happen is that, so for example, in the user's account, they will go to reports, they will see that this is the Starship strategy for which 176 is the profit that is showing on Tradetron. But my actual profit is just 100 rupees. So what they can do is from here, they will send this thing. They will open this thing and they will send an adjustment request. So for example, if I just click on this, they will tell me that profit earlier I had created an adjustment request. So they can just change it to what is the new PNL. So it was, say, for example, if the profit was around, say, somewhere around 200 rupees, but actual profit is just 100 rupees. So then they can mention whether the actual profit was just, say, 100 rupees, and then reason was, say, error execution. So in that case, he will raise an adjustment request like this. Now what will happen is in my account, if I go to this thing adjustment request page, there will be, I will get this adjustment request. So see, right now we just created this adjustment request on 2nd April, right? So earlier, I just done this for this earlier one. So as you can see, I rejected this request from here. So according to that, right? So you can either reject or this thing, mark this thing as this thing. So from here, you can either reject or approve the adjustment request. So mostly if they have said that, due to strategy execution, my profit is not say 200, but just 100. Then once you approve that, right, then automatically that the P&L will be adjusted, and then you can invoice them based on the revised P&L. And in this case, it's important that, a little bit accommodation is needed. So if there are around 10 clients, if a couple of clients come to you saying that this is not the actual P&L, then ultimately it's because it's important that you do not lose out on the client. Irrespective, even if you have to give say around 100, 200 or whatever discount, it's better to retain the client rather than just focusing on that particular 200 part. Because as I spoke to other users, right, like Sitaram Panda, I spoke to specifically this week. He mentioned that, what, till date, there was not a case where I have not approved a particular adjustment request. He knows that there will be times when the creator, the actual user may have faced a loss of just 100, but he may mention 200 rupees, right? Because we don't have that mechanism where we can check the actual profit just in case of error execution. So, but still, it's important to be accommodative, because as long as the user is staying with you, and if there are certain honest and sincere users, then they will retain. They will be retained with you for a very long time. So it's important that you accept their request. So Sitaram Panda also mentioned to me one thing, that there are a couple of clients who joined with him around 1.5 years ago with Tradetron, and till date they have their deployment. Till date, they have the deployment in a strategy. So basically, once you have that build, right, so automatically, even if you give them discount at a certain period, long-term wise, it will obviously be beneficial for you, because you're retaining that client with you. And ultimately, it's all about retaining your users with you. So that is how basically the adjustment requests come into play. So this is how you can basically adjust the request raised by your clients. Any questions over here? Any thing that
one not a question, it would be a suggestion. Like if we have this, like if somebody wants to upload his contract note or something, just as a backup, right? If that is available in this, that would be good. Like, I mean, he may or may not. I mean, and that is fine. But if he needs
any file regarding that screenshot or contract notes or PDF, we can upload. So we can cross check it.
Yes, right. Yeah. Okay. So I will just keep this as a suggestion. Update contact note during adjustment request. Yes. This is a fair point. Yeah. This will be beneficial for you also. Just profit. Okay. Okay. I'll upload. I'll send this request also. Yeah. Okay. So I will make a note of that. Yeah. Sure. Anything else?
No. Go
yeah. Okay. Sure. So I will just forward this request to our team. The next thing that I wanted to discuss was with regards to the notification logs. So how to read notification logs. Most of you are aware now, right? How to read notification logs in Tradetron and all. But in any case, we will discuss that. So let's just go to, say, deployed page. So what I will do is, I will open this edit page in one of the tabs. So suppose this is just a random strategy that I have created, right? So I will just say open this particular formula where I put like, I don't want net quantity, any of the sets, right? Should not have any quantity open. And that LTP of say Nifty spot should be greater than high plus low divided by 2. That is the midpoint of high or low of the previous 5-minute candle. Only if the LTP is above that, then only it should take a trade. Okay, and close should be bigger than close should be higher than open, and time should be between so and so and so and so. So this is the entry condition. So now how that is reflected in notification log. So over here, as you can see, so this is the post. This is on the put side. So see over here, right? So if whenever you're reading a notification log, right, over here, what will happen is that you will see this VWAP keyword. So this VWAP keyword is not for any of the users requirement. This is just a code. It does not mean that I am using VWAP in my strategy, but you will see that this is there. This keyword is there in all of the notification logs. But that is basically because Tradetron uses this keyword to basically just track the data for internal purposes. But users don't have to basically be reliant on this particular keyword. So the data that we need to check is this particular portion, that in front of LTP, what was the LTP at a certain point in time? That is 37,089.5. This was the spot index value as per our strategy, right? So this is LTP. Then based on what was the net quantity. So as you can see, there is no specific order in which this data is shown, but all of the parameters, right? All these parameters values will be shown over here. So net quantity of 111 and 211 should be 0. So in this case, as you can see, the net quantity for this 111 is 0. And net quantity for 211 is also 0. So that means this condition is satisfied. So let me just take you to the put side of this, because that is the condition that is satisfied. Yeah, so this is the put side. So this is basically that over here, it will show you the net quantity is 0. Then position close of 5-minute candle. So as you can see, a position close of 5-minute candle should be greater than open. So position close of 5-minute candle was so and so at 2:07 p.m. The position close was so and so, which is greater than position open of previous 5-minute candle. That is, position open was, the value for open was 37,013. So as you can see, my condition was that the close should be greater than open of the previous 5-minute candle, right? So here you can see that value, that yes, this condition was true because the close, that is 37,052, is greater than the open, that is 37,073. So this condition is also true over here. Even the net quantity condition that we have put, that this that both the sets, that is 111 and 211, should be 0. So that is also a condition that is true in this case, because as you can see, these positions, when the entry happened, both the positions were not open. And a certain say LTP related, this particular data, high versus low. So high versus low data is calculated over here. So if you go to the bottom, so the position high of previous candle was this much, position low of this candle was this much, and the LTP was higher than the midpoint of this particular thing. So if you can see, 37,089 is basically above the condition that, you know what, whatever is a high plus low divided by 2. So the midpoint of this candle, the LTP should be higher than that. So when LTP of Nifty spot was 37,089 as compared to the previous candle high plus low divided by 2, midpoint of this candle, that means this condition is also true, based on which, if you can see, the strategy has taken the trade. So 14, and also we have this time condition, right? So time should be greater than 9:25 and between 14:50. So you can see that the time is now around 14:07, and the time condition was that it should be between 9:25 and 14:50. So at 2:07, this condition was also true. So you can basically, in order to debug a particular this thing, whether the strategy is as per your conditions or not, these are the values which you can check over here. Okay. So basically what happens is that at any point in time for any log, right? So there will be the status will change from live entered to live tranching, and it will tell you, you know what, that this strategy has live entered and this entry condition is satisfied. So see this logs, right? This can be in different order. See, for example, over here at 2:7:54 p.m. this entry condition satisfied is saying, and then after that 2:7. So all of these logs, they get generated at one point in time, and then this is getting recorded over here. But you don't have to get confused that, you know what, just because there is a 1 second delay, or whether it was an entry condition or an exit condition that was satisfied. It is basically of the same time, just that it is getting recorded and getting displayed over here with just 1 second or somewhat delay. But this is all entire log, right, of 2:07 p.m. is recorded in this particular setup. So where first this condition was checked, then after that it went into live tranching mode before entering, and then it got entered into that particular position. So that's how. And whatever position it is taking, you can check it out over here also. Like, based on the entry condition that was satisfied, my entry was that I want to sell a put option that has a premium value of less than 250. So it will automatically decide which put premium has a premium value of that much, and basically it will take that trade according to this. So also you have certain filters over here. So for example, if you want to just check the trades based on the condition check, then I can just click on this filter. You will only see that there are certain filters based on the condition. So live tranching, whether it is getting entered or not, all that data will not be visible over here. Only the condition check that has happened at whatever time it has happened is what you can filter over here. At the same time, if you want to just check the trade, then you can just check that at 2:58 p.m. so and so trade has happened in your account. So based on that, you can just simply check the trade and whether this thing is live entered or exited, whenever the status change, right? That also you can see over here based on this. And stats and run counter. So stats will be basically if there is a PNL condition that is met, and based on whatever the counter it was running, so you will see that data over here. And also the run counter. So run counter, you will see that whenever the counter changes, all of that data will be recorded over here. So when you put it as all, you will find all of those things together. Like whenever there's a counter changed, or the PNL, that is the exit condition that is getting matched, or I see exit condition satisfied at so and so time, entry condition happened at so and so time. So all of this data will be available over here, and then you can basically check with your formula whether those conditions are matching. So even I'll go to say universal exit. So we just click on
Sir,
this.
is there any line restrictions for the status? Because for me, it's my code is huge, and it's showing only this set 1 of the details, not this about set 2.
No, it should show you set 2 also. So basically, if there are lots of conditions, right, then what can happen is that from backend, right, at the tech side, it might have the condition logging might get stopped. So if that is the case, then we can check that. But no, ideally, if you have certain conditions, right, all of those values of those parameters should be reflected in your thing, in notification log.
It's reflecting only for the set 2 and not set 1.
It should be then there should be some issue. We can check it out, and we will fix that, sir. So let me know after this session. I will check what is the issue over there. And if there is a fix for that, we will give it to you. Okay. But ideally, whatever condition is getting matched, right? For either set 1 or set 2, whatever you have, whenever it's taking a trade, it should be able to give that value. So it's important, or else there is some issue either on the tech side or maybe on the coding side. So we will check that, and we will fix that for you, sir. So basically, this is if this is exit that is satisfied, right? So this is basically static. So here over here, it's important that this exit satisfied when it comes, right? It means that your set exit or this particular condition is getting matched. Okay. So over here, as you can see, so wait, let me just go to this particular universal exit. So my condition was that either if it's 1459 or max loss this so and so condition for this universal exit, then it should get triggered. But over here, what it means is that if it's to 258, then I have used the set exit also with the same condition. So as you can see, in 258, there was a set exit that has happened, but this condition got true at 1459. But if you see my set condition over here, what I've done is I've exited this strategy 1 minute before 1459, because I want the exact exit to happen before universal exit time. So if you can see this similar condition that I put it, whenever the market moves by 30 points or something like that, then I want to basically exit the strategy or that particular set. So over here in the log, if you see, so when it says exit condition satisfied, this was at 2:58 p.m., which means that this is not the universal exit, because this is basically 14:59 is my universal exit time, but my set exit time is 14:58. So that means I can identify that, this is the set exit that has got triggered over here. And based on this, if I open my set exit, it had the time of 14:58. So this condition was true. At the same time, PNL condition, max profit that we had put, this was not true, but it is still in OR condition, right? So either of this condition is true at any point in time, this set exit condition will be triggered. And all of those parameters, wherever this thing has happened, right? Whatever conditions you have put, what are the values for that particular parameter are visible over here. So at certain point in time, right, I also want to show you. So this is basically how you read the notification log. So at certain point in time, when you create a strategy, right, what happens is that you may not the trade might not take place, right? So, but because what happens is if you have say a different condition. So, for example, if there are this is an all in and condition, right? That all of these conditions should match together. Then only it will take the trade, or else it will not take the trade. What happens is that certain times when a strategy creator or you create a strategy, what will happen is you one of the conditions may match over here, and the other conditions and some of the other condition may not match, and that's the reason why it may not take entry. Now, if it doesn't take entry, right, what will happen is in that case there will be no log that will be generated because there is no entry. So only if there is an entry or exit, then only this log will be generated. So in order to debug that particular strategy, right, there is a very simple procedure that you have to do. So there are two ways to do it. So for example, either you can say create this as or condition instead of and, because it is not getting triggered because all of the conditions are together. So that's the reason why it is not getting triggered, right? So in paper trading, you can change this to say or. So what will happen is that based on this condition, if either one of the condition, for example, this condition will at least be true, right? The time condition between 9:25 to 14:50, this condition will be true and other conditions are not true. But still it will take a trade because it's in or condition and one of the trades has happened. But we are trying to basically debug the strategy where the issue is. So what will happen is that when you put this as or and you submit and deploy the strategy in paper trading, it will take a trade. Okay. So once it takes a trade, what will happen is that it will give you all the values for that entry parameter. So for this log will get generated totally in all its entirety. So then you can see that, okay, this time condition is true, but maybe this LTP, this condition was not true, or the net quantity of one of the this thing of 111 may not be 0, because of which it did not take the trade. But since we have put it in or condition, one of the condition is true, and that is the reason why it took the trade. So that is how you basically debug the strategy. You getting my point, right? Is there any confusion over here what I'm trying to say? Any confusion with regards to this? I can repeat what I just said.
No, able to follow it, not fully.
Not fully. Okay. So what I'm saying is, so basically this, if you create a strategy and you want 3 conditions to be matched together, correct? So this condition will match together and then it will take a trade. But what if out of these 3 conditions, say this condition is true, this condition is also true, but this condition is not true. Say suppose, for example, this close of the previous candle is not greater than open. It is in fact lesser than open. But what will happen is that you thought that the condition has matched, but the trade has not taken place. So in order to check why the trade has not taken place in Tradetron, right? So you need to trigger this entry, right? So see, because this particular log at 2:07 p.m. will be seen only if this trade will take place. But if it has not taken place, the trade has not taken place, then this log will not be created. Correct. This log will not be there. So how do you know what is the reason why this strategy is not entering into the trade? So for that, what we do is we basically change this from and to or. Okay. So when it is an and, all these conditions should match together. So we will change this to or condition, so that what it will do is it will take basically either of the condition gets matched, right? Then it will take the trade forcefully. It will take the trade. Okay. Once it forcefully take the trade, it will be a wrong trade not based on your conditions. Okay. It will be a wrong trade because you're using or instead of, whereas your logic is based on and. But once it is forcefully taking the trade, what it will do is it will give you a log of each and every parameter. That what was the LTP? What was the net quantity at that time? What was the basically of 1 on 2? What was the net quantity? What was the time at that time? And what was the high and low position of the index? So that way you can know that, okay, these 2 conditions were there. So 111 was also 0, 211 was also 0, but the close was not greater than say open. So over here, for example, this close and open, right? So this one. So close position, this one. So the close of index of 37052 was, say, suppose 37010. So that is not lesser than this thing, right? The previous candle open. So which means that this condition was not true, which is because of which the trade was not taking place. So okay, so that is how you will get to know from the values that basically this is the reason why the trade was not taking place. This is how you debug the strategy, that this is the how, based on data, how you can identify whether what was the reason why the trade was not happening. Okay. So, and then once you know that, okay, this is the condition, or if you face that, okay, this is the issue, instead of close is greater than open, it should be open less than close, then you can make the changes. You can again change to and then you can trigger the update the strategy. So basically, whenever the change happens and the condition accurately matches, right, it will accordingly take the trade. I hope this is clear now. I hope this is clear. If not, what I can do is, if you get stuck any point in time, message me during market hours. What I will do is I will take the AnyDesk and I will help you understand whatever is happening in the strategy on a live basis. Okay. Any doubts over here? Any questions or anything
Yes,
that you
sir,
want to discuss? Yeah.
It's clear.
Okay. Okay. Anything, any doubts or anything you want to discuss with regards to this? No, right? Okay. Okay. Fine. So that is about basically how to go through the notification logs. So even when we do this, right? So at Tradetron level, at the backend also, right? We do not have access to this user conditions. So this is because, see, this all of this formula that you put, right? This I'm showing you because this is just a normal strategy that I've created and I put the paper trail for testing. But the thing is, this is your intellectual property. This is something that no one should know. Not you, apart from you, no one should know this. This is your intellectual property and no one should have access to this data. So in Tradetron also, right, when we check strategy creators, right, if you see, if you connect with the support anytime, we will ask you an image of this condition, because at Tradetron in the backend also, we don't have access to this particular data. It's only the logs. We see these logs. So over here, notification logs, right, as you see over here, we see these logs, and from here itself, we identify what is happening. So what we do is, the way we help you out is that we will ask you for these conditions. So you will send us the snapshot of this on the chat, or on AnyDesk you will send us this, show us this particular formula. And based on that, I will check the values that are getting logged over here. So I can see that, max profit is so much. So based on this, and this is the reason why this particular strategy has not taken place or entry has entered, or what basis it has entered. So that's how you debug the strategy, and that's how we do even for the clients also. So even if you don't have to take the hassle to connect with the support, this is how you can know all by yourself also. See, this is what is happening based on which the trade took place. Okay. So that's how debugging the strategy and reading the notification log works. If you get stuck any point in time, if you get any confusion, right, then you don't hesitate. Just call me anytime or message me. I will help you out anytime. So main point that I'm trying to say is that all of this, like, there can be hundreds of lines over here, right? You don't have to follow all of this. So you don't. This is basically because of the coding is done in such a manner that it records each and every data point. But that is not important for us. What is important for us is that this is my formula. These 5 conditions ka values I want to check. This is the formula, right? So what are the values for each and every parameter that I have put over here, which is what you have to check over here. So this is basically the LTP kitna tha, whatever was the LTP, we can see over here. At the same time, what was the net quantity? For example, this is the net quantity that is there. So net quantity we can check over here based on this net quantity parameter. Then the third formula was basically close should be greater than open. That also value that I can see from here, close is less than open. Then there was time condition. That is basically this portion is the time condition, and the position of high and low is less than 100 or whatever. So that is the data that is available for me over here, position high and position low. So all of this masala that is there in between, right? This is just a log for as per the Tradetron coding. But this is not important for you to understand what is happening in your strategy. All of this also is not important. Only the parameters that we have put in the strategy and whatever is the value in front of that parameter is what is our concern. Okay. And then after that, you will automatically be able to debug your strategy and whatever is happening. As I said, you don't have to focus on this VWAP keyword. The important keyword is LTP. So that's how basically we debug the strategy. Okay. So that's about this thing, how to read notification logs. Now, one important thing that I wanted to discuss with you is with regards to managing emergency situations. So for example, I will just go to say all deployed page of one of my strategy. So we will go to say private link based strategy. Falcon heavy. So I will go to all deployed page over here. So in case of an emergency, where what happens is that, if you have say 50 deployments and you have clicked on say exit all. 95 clients, the strategy gets exited, but for 5 people, if it is not exited due to some error execution or some margin issue in their account, then what you can do is you can just simply click on this filter, and over here the status will be, you will have this. See, for now, as of on this page, the only status that is available is active, and some of them might be paused. So see, that is the reason why in this filter, right, you will find only active and paused. But if there is some strategy of your user that has gone into error, then you will find that error execution also. So you can click on that error execution and filter. So out of maybe, basically out of 50 clients, it might be the 3 clients for whom there is error execution will show up over here according to this. So once they show up over here, then you can take the decision either whether they have to be informed, or you can just, on error, basically whenever there is an error, you have the option to basically exit from here, right? You can click on manage and you can just try again. So that, that way also you can either manage your client's this thing position, or you can update the client detail, or whenever he gets a notification over there on his mobile that his strategy is in error, he can modify it. So, but that is a way to basically check it from here, or you can basically change and help to resolve the error execution from here. So that is one filter that is available. Second is what you can do is whenever your strategy is, say for example, sometimes it happens in algo trading that your entry and exit condition might get matched at the same time. So because of what happens is that you can try it in paper trading also, put the same entry and exit condition, and it will start going into loop. So it will buy also, and every next second it will sell also. So what it will do is it will buy and sell, buy and sell, and buy and sell, and this loop will continue forever till 200 to 300 trades happen, when the strategy will get blocked from Tradetron. Because Tradetron blocking works only when there are more than 200 trades that take place in a strategy on a daily basis. Okay, so if that happens by default, if there's some because of some issue that happens, then it's an important thing to restrict the number of trades that happen in your strategy. So how to do that with positions detail keyword is something that I want to show you. So for example, I'm sure that you have an idea with regards to how many maximum trades the strategy takes in your account, right? So for example, I will just go to
sir. It will happen only why it's getting into the loop.
Yeah, so the reason why it can go into loop is that based on the strategy conditions, if your entry and exit condition gets matched, set entry, say for example, your set entry is say when the super trend is above, when the close of the previous candle is above the super trend of 5-minute candle. Okay. Now by mistake, you have put the same condition, that super trend for exit condition. So if you put the same, that the close should be greater than super trend, this due to coding error, then basically your entry condition is also true and exit condition is also true, right? So it will first of all see the system, the way in Tradetron, the system check happens from entry, right? So this is your strategy. So Tradetron, what it will do is
it's logical error in the strategy.
Correct, yes, due to logical error only. This looping will happen only because of logical error. Okay, so in order to stop that, but what will you do if your strategy is live, right? So you have to restrict that. No, if your strategy is live and if it goes into loop, then there is a problem, right? You might not be in front of the PC if it goes into loop for some reason. If you have tested, see, the best part is that you have to first paper trade your strategy for maybe around say 3 to 4 weeks. Make sure that all the conditions are checked, and then only based on that, if there is some issue that is there, you have to fix it that point in time only. But if there is some logical issue that happens, right, then in that case it might go into loop because of that particular error. So in that case, what you can do is, so for example, this is this is the entry position where it's taking put, right? So in order, if I know that in this strategy, if I am sure that it will not take more than 10 trades per day, okay, so then what I can do is I can just simply put a condition with positions detail. So say for example, in positions detail, what I will select is this is entry, right? So this is basically to restrict the number of entries to just maybe 10. So entry, now this is since the sell entry, right? So basically because I'm selling a put option over here. Selling entry instrument, I will select put, I will put quantity and select underlying as say y dnk. This is my underline. So positions detail, what I will put is greater than equal to number, say minus 500, okay, into multiplier. So what it will do is it will take this particular position only for 10 times. So for example, no, in this case, this is Bank Nifty, right? So wait, so it will be basically 250. If it is Nifty, then it will be 500. If it is
it should be less than equal to 500, no?
No, this should be greater than, because it's a sell position, right? So anytime your sell position, so basically over here, what I'm saying is that this particular position, right? This should be greater than minus 250. So minus, say, for example, it took an entry once, right? That means your position is what now? Minus 25. Then again it took entry, then your position is minus 50. Then again it took entry, and again your position is minus 75. Then it should come only till minus 250. Okay. Beyond that, if it goes, then its basically position is minus 275. Right?
Okay.
So minus, it should be.
And what if I use count in position detail?
So it's better to always use this. Count will check the number of trades. But when you're using quantity, right, it is specifically taking this into consideration. Where you
that can also check, no? The number of trades, count can also check.
Yeah, the count, but only if there is a particular, see, over here, the reason why I'm restricting this because I want to restrict only on the put side. Similarly, I will do this for the call side also, right? So that will be call side and put side. But if you do count will check only basically the number of trades. It will check for, because this keyword works on strategy level. So if you do count, then the issue is that it will check for call and put both. Okay. So that way it will not give you an actual idea of how many times the put has got entered and how many times the call has got entered. So if you do use whenever you're using this particular, that's the reason why we put this particular option that, you know what, select the put, select the sell side of the put, and then count the position, how many times it has taken entry. So this is how you can restrict basically the number of trades it takes. So anytime what happens is that, for example, I can just say instead of 10, I know that it might take 12 around, then I will just put this as, you know, say 750. That, you know what, max to max, any point in time, anything happens. Okay. Anytime if the strategy goes into loop, it will not take more than 30 trades, because 250 plus 250 is 500. That is 10 plus 10, 20 times is 500 plus this thing. 250 is 750. So this is the number, the way it gets calculated is basically based on lot size. So one lot, if I want to enter only say 2 times, then position detail 0 is equal to 1 time. So if I want to enter second time, I will just put 25. 25 is basically one lot of Bank Nifty is 20 one lot of Bank Nifty is 25 quantity, right? So that way. So if it is Nifty 50, then one lot is basically 50. So if you want to enter only 2 times, position detail is equal to 0 will give you only 1 time entry, correct? And if you put it as minus 50 using this thing index as say Nifty 50. One second. Nifty 50. Then what will happen is that this will take entry 2 times for Nifty only. Okay. So this is basically based on the lot that you are using in your index. So this part is clear, right? So this is the reason why we recommend this to the clients, is that if you're using a marketplace strategy and you know your logic, you know that as per your logic, it takes around say 10 trades or maybe 20 trades, or you can keep a buffer of say 25 or 30 trades or even 40 trades, but then put some kind of a restriction that, you know what, beyond 40, it should not re-enter in a day. It should not take more than 40 trades. So what I will do is, given this thing, I will put this as minus 1000. Okay, so I know that this will take trades only 40 times. Beyond that, it will not take the trade. So anytime, even if there is a looping that happens, right? it will not take more than 40 times. Maximum 40 times it will take the trade and it will stop. So that you know what, even your users will not be in a problem and even you will not be in a problem if you're deploying this strategy anytime. Okay, so this is an important thing that that you should know. Okay.
One question on the quantity here.
Yeah.
Like for example, for 10 lots of Bank Nifty, you told it's minus 250.
Right.
But for 2 lots, how come it is just minus 25? Shouldn't it be minus 50?
No. So no, for no. So when we say position detail is equal to 0.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means it will take entry once, right? This is in terms of entry, the number of times we are taking entry, correct? So yeah, it will take entry once when it is 0. Now, in order to take entry 2 times, for Bank Nifty, the lot size is 25, right?
Okay.
So I will put minus 25, correct? Into multiplier. Multiplier is basically it will take trade off if you deploying it in 2x or 3x.
That
it will
is
take
okay.
care of that. So yeah.
If it will take an entry only if the position is greater than equal to 25. Okay, so it will take for the second lot.
Second time, not second lot.
Second trade.
Yeah.
But if it is 250, then will it not become 11?
Yeah, it will take 11. Correct, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so basically that's a good point. Yes. So in case of 10 times, right? What you can just simply do is that instead of 250, what you can just put it as 251. Okay. So basically it will take trades only 10 times then. It will not go to minus 275 is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Okay. So that way you can basically just, use this keyword to basically just restrict the trade to certain times. That way. Okay. But this will basically, it works in that logic that, when it is 0, it will take 1 trade. And if you want to take 2 times, 3 times, 2 times, then I will make it as 25. If I want to make trade as 3 times, then I will make it as 50. Basically, you have to increase the lot size in order to increase the number of times you want to enter the trade into multiplier. Okay. Yeah. If you have any doubts anytime also, you can just ask me. I will help you out on this thing during paper trade also, during live market also, right? We can test this in your strategy. You can just create a dummy strategy. Let me know. I will come on any desk. I will help you out with regards to this code and then we can test it and then you can start implementing that at any point in time. Okay. So that way. So this is basically how to restrict the trade. So these 2 ways, if you know, right, then this will help you to basically at any point in time, if there is an emergency that happens, then you can exit the strategy based on this or limit the number of trades. Also, I think in the very first session we had discussed that, at any point in time, if you feel like I want the strategy to exit at say 10 o'clock for everyone, this is our main template. I can just go to this particular universal exit page. I can just change this time to 10 o'clock. And if it's already say the current time is say already 12 o'clock, then automatically this strategy will exit for everyone. Okay. As long as the important thing that you have to note over here is that over here, the reactivation time, right, should be say somewhere around say 6 hours or 12 hours, because what will happen is that you will exit this strategy at 10 o'clock. Okay. So you will exit this strategy at 10 o'clock for everyone. But sometimes what happens is that the traders keep their strategy reactivation time as just 2 minutes. So what will happen is that even if your strategy exited at say 10 o'clock, still after 10:02, because your reactivation time is 2 minutes, right? Then it will start automatically activating for everyone. So then automatically again it will start taking trade for everyone. So as long as you are vigilant enough and you are aware enough that this is the basically the reactivation time and this is the universal exit time, then there will be no clash. Okay, then automatically this thing will function properly. Also, one important thing and one mistake that clients do over here is that, so for example, if I put this as this is a very common issue and it's a very important issue. So what happens is that if I put a time of say, I don't want to exit at say 14:59, I want to exit at 3:10. Then I will put this as 3:10 and I will save this. Okay. Now what happens is, instead of this 5 minutes condition check over here, is that sometimes this is by default, this is set to say 30 minutes. Now, if I update this, the problem that will happen over here is that I will show you what will happen.
Yes, the checking will stop
Yes.
30 minutes before.
Correct, exactly. So this is these people actually what happens initially when you're new to Tradetron, right? No one knows this particular thing. So, but it's important to note that you know what, that over here, if it's at 15:10, then if my last condition check, this is what happens. So start condition, these two parameters are very important. So start condition check after exchange open is 10 minutes. So sometimes what people do is they put the entry time as 9:15, but till 9:25 it doesn't take trade only. But that is because over here the time condition check, right? Start condition check is 10 minutes. So 10 minutes after starting the market, it's basically from 9:15 to 9:25. So even if your time condition in your entry condition is 9:15, unless this condition is met, it will not take the trade. So that's the reason why if you want immediate entry at market open, then you can change it to 1 second or 5 minutes or 10 minutes based on the time over here. And the last condition check before market close is basically if I've set to this 30 minutes. Then as we discussed, as you mentioned, this will not exit, the universal exit will not be triggered only. Because at 3 o'clock, that is 30 minutes before market exchange close, this strategy will stop checking the conditions. So often what happens is with clients is that they have put this time and automatically what happens is the strategy doesn't exit only. Then they come to us on chat and on support that, you know what, my strategy did not exit at this time and all. Then we have to fix it for them that, you know what, if you want to exit it at 15:10, then make sure that this time is just 15 minutes. And also one more thing that is important over here is this reactivation time over here. So say for example, if I exited this time at 15:10, right, 3:10 I exited this strategy, but this reactivation time is 15 minutes. That means at 3:15 it will stop checking the conditions. Now your reactivation time is 2 minutes. So after 3:10, logically, after 3:10 it will exit, and after 3:12, that is 2 minutes after exit, it will again enter. Now what happens is that your strategy has again taken a trade and it will stop checking conditions after 15 minutes. That is 3:15. So that is a big risk. Okay. So that is the reason why these three things, right, should always, whenever you create a strategy, make sure that this column, this one particular thing is universal exit. Second is reactivate on exit after, and this particular part, that last condition check time should always be, the calculation should be in order. So if I put this at 15:10 and if I put this as 15 minutes, then this should be greater than 5 minutes at least. So if I put, say, for example, 10 minutes, then there will be no issue, because at 3:10, this strategy will exit, and at 3:15, at 15 minutes time, it will stop checking the conditions. And since this is 10 minutes, that means that after 3:10, at 3:20, it will start checking the condition. But at that time, it will basically not take the trade because the strategy condition check time is over. Okay. So as long as you follow this particular three things, right? These things are important. So that once this particular thing is in order, then accordingly you can create a strategy and basically update the strategy according to that. Okay. So that's how this basically this thing works. And apart from that, if you have any questions where you get stuck anytime, then we can discuss this during the week, as well as we have a session next week, right, with Vikram sir. We can discuss it over there also. Okay. So this is basically the notification part, adjustment request, and related to invoices that I wanted to discuss. One more thing that I wanted to discuss with this is off topic actually, but I had a discussion with our strategy creator Sitaram Panda this week, who has his strategy as number 1 right over here. So if you see marketplace, this is basically his strategy that has the highest number of deployments, right? So I spoke to him this week, and I took his feedback with regards to how he goes about, managing the clients and things like that, and how did he start about it. So what I got to know was, so he had before even starting with Tradetron, right? So he had basically his own Telegram channel. Over there, he has 30,000 plus followers. So what he used to do was basically it was like more of an advisory kind of a thing, where he used to give tips to the users and things like that. That, you know what, buy this, buy that. But that was not an efficient way of working for him. At the same time, the users used to basically trade, but sometimes make losses. At the same, so he decided to basically start conducting seminars and webinars with regards to how to create a strategy, profitable strategy, whatever strategy he uses, right? So he started conducting lectures and paid webinars on that to his clients. So he created that kind of webinars also and sessions. But still, what used to happen was it was not all of the people were not following the exact rules of the strategy and things like that. So that's when Tradetron came into picture. Our team built this strategy for him for a paid certain, because it's a custom strategy, so it was charged. So he created this strategy on Tradetron, and then what he did was he started publishing this particular strategy and users to his own client base. So on the Telegram channel also, as well as see over here, if you see Telegram channel, that is Tradetron channel, you will find that what different strategy creators, even Sitaram Panda and other users, right? They post their, this is what we were discussing, that they post their daily PNL, they post their update with regards to the strategy. If they launch a particular strategy, then this is how you basically start marketing yourself. So he does that. Along with that, what he does is he has his own YouTube channel. So I'll just show you. So over here, right? So if you see over here, this is his YouTube channel. So I will just click on this and I will show you. So slowly, I guess I'm sure that some of you have already good client base, and you can start doing this also. And basically, you can reach us. So he has around 907 subscribers over here, and this is his YouTube channel. So he started basically giving them an idea of his strategies over here through his own YouTube channel. So that also helped him market. And plus, apart from this, he has his own Market Star channel on Telegram. So if you see, this is his Telegram channel, right? So you can also start this kind of a Telegram channel. So see, for example, there are around 1,500 members in that Telegram channel. And then you can either create your own Telegram channel like this, and you can start posting that in our Telegram group over here. So once you start promoting that over here, automatically, slowly users will start. So I will tell you one of the case studies, one of the users. So his name is Kaushal Mehra. So he's also an institutional client. So I'll just show you Cash Cow. So he doesn't have a lot of users. So recently he's also institutional client. So this Kaushal Mehra, right? So he has different strategies. So now what he has also started doing is, earlier I asked him to get himself added to this Telegram. So he starts posting his updates over here. And also he started his now YouTube channel. Just last week he started. So the reason I'm sharing this with you is because he is also starting off like you only. So you can also start doing that. So I'll just put Kaushal Mehra, Cash Cow. So if I do this, so see, this is the channel that he created, and he just created his own video. So this is the just 12 subscribers he has now, and he has started. So this is the algo trading setup that he talks about. If you can see over here in this video, right? One second. So what is Tradetron? So just to give you an idea, so this is basically what happens is, so he has started creating his own YouTube channel over here, and then started to slowly promote his strategies. So now he has also created his own Telegram channel, and basically his own he posts his updates over here with regards to his own strategies. So the reason I'm saying that is because the main three options that are used by this strategy creators, right, are basically Telegram, YouTube, and this Telegram group only. Okay, and then at the same time, for example, once your strategy has started gaining traction, you get your more subscribers, right? So we have this this particular know your strategy session, right? So this is what we can start doing for you also. So at a certain point in time, maybe after 3-4 months, when your strategy has given certain consistent returns, you can start talking about, so for example, know your strategy. Then you can say Market Garuda or Quantum Capitals, or even say Alok Ranjan sir. You can basically come up with your own topic that you want to talk about, and then you can promote that on the Telegram on Tradetron channel also. And on Twitter also, we basically have this strategy of the month. So whichever strategy performs well, you can we can do that marketing for you also in that regard. So that is the way you can basically start with regards to this. But one thing that I noticed from Sitaram Panda sir is that he had started a lot earlier. It's not like directly he got since he joined Tradetron, automatically his strategy became number one. It's not like that. So basically, he told me that he started around 4 years back, when he was started with Telegram and things like that. He was connecting with different users, and then after that he built his own trusted client base, and based on that, in order to make it easy for everyone, right? Then he created his algos and started promoting the strategies to his clients. So it was a long process. So it's about, so earlier, before, in fact, in 3-4 months before, no one knew what was Market Star. So even he was this thing, but right now he's managing these 185 deployments and other different strategy deployments that he has, right? He's managing 100 crores plus of capital on Tradetron. That is the extent to which now it is growing. So even you can start doing that. Basically, the reason I'm sharing this with you is because this is how it is. So it's not that it's going to happen overnight. It's going to take time, but slowly and steadily, once you build a client base, right, it will happen for it can happen for anyone also. It can, or basically based on how the performance is, it will be based on that. So so that is how basically this works. And one thing that also he mentioned, like I said, right, it's important that this client base that he has now, it's important to retain this client base. So he was of the mention that, he knows that, like we discussed about PNL adjusting and things like that, right? So at that point in time, he says that he knows that at times the client may not give the actual PNL figures. Like he might have made a profit of 500, but he may just say that it's 350. But at the same time, he retains those clients because he wants them to use his strategy for a longer time. So that's the reason why he accepts those kind of PNL adjustments, and he accommodates all types of clients. And what he has done is he has also, I think, hired one person in his own Telegram channel. So what any query, he may be busy, right? So what he does is that he has asked that person that any point in time, this particular say 115 or 151 members, 1,500 members, if they have deployed the strategy live, if they face any issue, then that particular person assists that particular client on a live basis. So basically, because of that, the clients are happy with this particular thing. So he gives them support also, and he uses this platform in this manner. Any questions over here, or any feedback, or if you want any questions that we can get from other users, then that is, you can tell me right now so that I can get that data for you.
No, that's a good idea actually.
Yeah. So basically, the reason I'm sharing this with you is because this is what different users are doing. So like even Kaushal Mehra, he started creating his YouTube videos right now, right? So obviously it will take some time, but slowly, unless someone does it, right, you will not get it. Sitaram Market Star, he had not done this 2 years before or 1 year before, no one would have known that this would have been possible. That even he was like, yesterday he told me that I never even dreamed of in my mind that, even 1 crore of capital I will be able to manage. But today's total deployments, like even if it is 185 deployments just, there would be some clients who are deploying because his strategy requires 3,20,000. So even if it's 10 lakhs, that's 32 lakh capital. So if it's 180 clients and if someone is deploying at 2x or 3x level, that's basically around 10 lakhs, 15 lakh of one person itself, right? So that way, that is how the capital and AUM can grow. So unless
pressure on us will be increased more.
Sorry? Yeah, that is right. Because the strategy has to also perform that way. But so it's important that your strategies, right? So see, for example, this particular trades that are there, no? So as long as the confidence that can be created in the users, right, is by how how many trades it takes. So if there are certain trades that are certain strategies which take 30-40 trades in a day, and that shows around 20-25% returns per month, but that is not useful. What happens in that case is that the cost of the transaction for the users can also go higher.
Brokerage will eat all profits.
Exactly, all the profits. Then there is no point. So that is the reason why when you say that it has taken so and so trades. So for example, if your cost is somewhere around 8,900 based on 20 rupees per lot per trade, then in that case, based on that, even if you take out the cost, still you're making say around 3-4% or 5% return per month, which is a good thing. Then your clients will start trusting you. That okay, this is a good strategy for a long-term basis with limited risk. So for example, over here drawdown is also say around 5%. That means this is not like some buying. What happens in buying strategy specifically is that okay, your strategy will be very good, but at the same time drawdown will naturally be higher, because if you're using capital of 15,000, then in that case, even if it goes down by say 30-40 points, that is basically for 8 to 10% drawdown or 20% drawdown directly. Right. So that users also know that. But the thing is, it's important to know what kind of strategy it is. And also based on the capital that is deployed, incurring all the costs, as long as strategy is giving steady returns, right? And if your strategy starts giving that kind of a thing, then automatically people will start trusting you. So, and that's what he mentioned, that some of the clients out of this 185, right, are a few clients who have been associated with him since 9 months. So it's not like people are leaving and going. That happens with other strategies. With a lot of other strategies also that happens, that, you know what, earlier there were around say 100 deployments. But if for one of the month, if the strategy performance is not good, right, it is a natural human tendency. And I've seen that with users in Tradetron, they will leave the strategy and go somewhere else where it is giving profit. Over there also it will stop performing, again they will come back. So that happens.
That's always there, sir. The market runs like that only.
Yeah, so that's what happens. But so basically what he does is that it's important
in
to build
initial stage of learning, we used to shift every indicator.
Yeah, so
MSCD, then EMA, then after that I everything delete all things and we start fresh like that. People keep on jumping to each strategy. Yeah, that's a natural thing.
Even I did not expect that to happen. But then earlier, you know what, I thought that people will stick around. But when I joined Tradetron, right, around 1.5 years back, so after in 3 months, I used to say that, you know what, the top strategy, right, it's always changing. Like, it's not the same, because some people will join, some people will leave, they will go to some other strategy, and things like that happen. But it's like that. So, you know, but at least if you have certain client base, like, you know, that is loyal to you, right? Like if around say 10, 15 clients or so who are sticking with you always, that means your revenue from one side, your revenue stream will be constant. So that's important to build that relationship with your clients that way, sir. Okay, so that is what I wanted to share with you in this particular listening session. So tomorrow, sir, we will not have any session because we have covered almost all the topics. So now my job will be to assist you every step of the way with regards to if you get stuck any point in time and any kind of help that you need. So we will be available. At the same time, as I mentioned, we will have an additional session next weekend where we are giving you 7 days of time. Okay, so now prepare one of, like, you know your strategy session, or you can watch all these videos, and then based on that, the thing that you want to talk about and you might want to communicate to the clients, right? We will have that group session together. Okay, so I will also give you a feedback. Even Vikram sir will be joining at that time. So I hope that, you know, if he's not able for the entire session, at least for 30-40 minutes, whenever he's there, right, we can ask him different questions. You can take all your opinions from him, and he will be in a much better position to basically guide you, because he keeps on talking to all the top institutions, like, you know, say the portfolio strategy creators and things, and he knows the system in and out, right? So he will be able to better guide you, and he will be able to give you all the details. But before that, once you create a strategy, then we will give you a feedback with regards to, you know, how your strategy is performing and what your presentation was, what we can include and what not. And then slowly you can also start incorporating that in your own strategy. So it will be like a group session. I will give you a feedback with regards to, say, for example, Pradeep sir presents for first 15 to 20 minutes about his market, about his strategies and his logic and understanding of the market. Then we will say that, you know what, you can include this also, or this is the part that you should probably not include. And we will do that for everyone, so that, you know, we will give a collective feedback for each other, and then that's how we can support each other. Okay? So that is what it is. And if you get stuck any point in time, if you have any issues, then just message me on WhatsApp. We will connect and we will help you out. Okay?
Just a question. So for
yes,
next session, we need to prepare
yes,
more of like a presentation, of our strategy.
Yes, any of the strategy you can take, or you can give an overall idea of your strategy. See, but we are not discussing your strategy conditions. See, that's what is important. That question came up, that you are not going to discuss, you are not going to show us or anyone. You are not going to show the strategy formula or strategy condition. You are not, because that is basically your intellectual property. You are not going to share that with anyone. You are going to discuss the logic, that based on, you know what, okay, this is my interpretation of the market. That market functions like this. That when it happens trending and when it happens this thing. So based on that, this strategy I've created with, you know, as per my experience, the stop loss of so and so works. This particular indicator that I use works very well that way. But you are not going to give actual parameters, because there is no point in discussing your entire strategy and giving out to the
as an example, I could tell you that, say I have used say 1 or 2 indicators, right?
Right.
I could tell you that okay, this is based on this indicator because this shows this. But
yes, but you cannot disclose the value of that.
At what value it will buy, I will not tell.
Yeah, it will not tell, because that you're giving out your strategy. Don't give that. Right.
Okay.
So you can also watch this strategy, like, you know, this videos also, where they have discussed different strategy creators, right? Know your strategy. They have also discussed like that only. They have given basically they have given their own strategy, basically their logic and their understanding of the market, right? They are know your strategy. So basically know your strategy. So these are different people, right? They are basically just talking about how their interpretation is. Like, you can just go through this one of the videos also. So it's not that you don't have to prepare a PPT presentation or anything. It's going to be just a discussion within us only. Like later on, when you start promoting it on YouTube and all, then you will have to, obviously, it has to be more professional. But at the same time, we can discuss this particular, you can make a simple PPT or something like that to discuss about what your opinion is about different strategies.
Or it can be just a verbal discussion that, okay, this
yes,
is how.
We can do that also. Yes,
okay,
it's up
fine.
to you. But the thing is important that everyone talks. So that, you know what, accordingly, we will get to know about each other's. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, you have told me if we want to do it in a professional way, we have to come up with the complete idea. For that, I have to prepare a YouTube video or else a video, or else I have to come to your place.
No. So this is all webinar, right? So this over here, right? This AlgoWise, no? So this is basically a Zoom call. Okay. So like we are having now, right? So this is basically, for example, this webinar, right? And know your strategy. It will be a Zoom meeting like we are having right now.
Okay.
Where I am the presenter. That way you will be the presenter. You will be sharing your screen and just giving the users an overview of whatever is happening that way. So that's how this
recording will be
uploaded on YouTube channel. Correct, right. So that's how this session works. Yes.
To produce in YouTube, is there any charges we have to pay to Tradetron?
No, nothing. No. So basically, but this, right, this is not done for everyone, sir. So this right research, finance HR and all, right? Only when the strategy starts performing well, right? See, over a 4-5 minutes, 4 to 5 months period, 6 months period, and you have got certain amount of clients and it is giving consistent returns, right? Then only the Tradetron platform is available for you to speak, basically. Yeah, that way. So over a period of time, that can be done. That's not an issue. Okay, sir. So that's how it goes. Okay.
I have one question on the deployed page.
Yeah.
You know there is a tab for in case of error you exit and all that stuff, right?
Yes. On error exit settings, right?
Yeah. Can you tell me on which case it will work and which case it will not work?
So in case of margin, right? It will in case of margin issue in your broking account, it will not work. Because if it's, say, for example, if say the margin requirement is say 1,50,000 and your margin account has only 1 lakh. So even if there is an error that comes because of that, next time also it will try to place an order. That will be this thing. It will basically reject the order only next time also. Okay. No, now certain times what happens is that there can be an issue where there is after all there is a broker related server and there is Tradetron server, right, which communicates with each other in order to place the trades. So at what certain point in time, what can happen is that if there is a communication gap that happens due to the order flow that is there constant, it can be the case that, you know what, one of the order is placed and you have the Tradetron has not got back the signal from the broker. In that case, if there is an error, right, then Tradetron, when it places the order again, if that communication is matched, then in that case, that error will not come again. Okay. Now, that is the second scenario. Also, the third scenario in which case it may not work is the token related error. So if your token is itself not generated or if it gets invalidated, for example, there are certain brokers like, you know, SAS Online and ProfitMart and even TradeSmart. What they do is they provide algo trading, but your broking terminal has to be open all the time. Like TradeSmart swing terminal, it has to be open for almost 6 hours from 9:15 till 3:30 p.m. and then only that trade will take place in your account. If you close that window also, right, then automatically the token gets invalidated and the session gets invalidated from TradeSmart and you are not able to proceed. Even ProfitMart also, you have to keep the terminal open for the market hours. Then only your trades go. So those are certain restrictions from the broker terminal. So in that case, if that has happened, then in that case, the on error settings will not work.
Yeah.
Only, yeah.
Actually, I'm doing experiment and to learn this, right?
Yeah.
So the trade smart thing, what you said, I have tried.
Right.
Right. So when I don't open the swing or whatever terminal they have, it goes into error execution and it stays there as it is. The strategy doesn't exit.
Yeah, because it will not place. It will not this thing, no, because there is no communication that is there between the broker and
and
Tradetron.
The second time, like in Finvasia, if the token is generated, but I have tried it with keeping 0 funds in that account.
Yeah, so it will not go again.
It will go into error, but after that the strategy exits for the day.
At the end of this thing, right?
No. After a certain time, I mean, I have not checked the time, but say if I get error execution now, after say I have seen it after 5 minutes. Maybe it happens after 1 minute or whatever. The strategy exits for the day.
Not open, right? But if the position is not open at all, right? If the position is open, then in that case it will be an error execution only, no?
No, yeah, because the fund is 0, so
basically, if the entry is not gone, then only is what I'm saying. Then it will change into exit because there is no position. That's it.
Okay, but if say in case I have 2 strategies deployed on one account.
Right.
In first strategy, the position is taken, all good, right? That is going on.
Right.
The second strategy also takes one direction position.
Okay.
And the second direction position, there is a fund shortage. So in that second strategy, obviously I'll get error execution.
Error execution, correct.
And say after 1 minute or 5 minutes, whatever, it will not exit, right? Because there's only one open position.
Yes, right.
So that I have to go and close manually.
Correct, right. Yeah.
Okay. So because I mean, I need to know, because if in case such things happen, so we need to, like, I have seen that I get a call from Tradetron, some two
right.
If
there is and you will get a notification on mobile also, if there is a this thing, error execution.
Yeah, even after that, if say I'm not available, so
then it's important. Correct.
Because one of my friend experienced this, because he got a call, he got a SMS, and I mean he ignored both of them.
No, that's the
then he like 3 o'clock he calls me and asks, why is this position open? I said, you might have got a call.
No, it's important because now in fact we are pushing from our side also that first thing, whenever you are on Tradetron, first thing that you have to know is how to manage the error. Because as long as you are saving out on your capital, then automatically you will know to get to understand the system and then slowly.
Like
but error execution is very important.
If you could make if there is a video available, I don't know, I have not checked.
Yeah, there is actually there is a video on this thing, so I'll just show you 1 second. No? So you can share this video, error execution. We have more
is
details.
There any?
So this is
sir,
the
is
video.
There any?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Is there anything to see if the session is still on or not? Because I'm using Edelweiss, and my exit condition entering on 3:29 p.m.
Right.
And it gave me error execution. I checked the log and it's showing session expired.
Yeah, sir, there is no way to check that from our side. Actually,
because the client was logged in around 9 o'clock.
Right. Yeah, and he might have not this thing. Yeah, right. So that's a drawback, sir. Yeah.
It's not giving a session expired for all others.
So
only
that's what
one client got that session expired. I don't know why, and that too around 3:29. So there is no time to log in and exit the position. So some other technical update should be there. The session is still on or not. Am I audible?
I can hear you, but I think Nelson's system is hanged.
Theirs was hanged, I think so. And others, kindly share your strategies in Tradetron so we can check it out.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, actually, there was a net issue. So because of that, this issue happened. Sorry about that. So basically what I was saying is, activity in order to make sure that that session is open. So or else that is the error that comes. So yeah, that is there, sir.
So
But,
kindly update some technical advance in that. So the session is still on or not. So client can.
Okay, I'm not sure whether, but I can tell this. I can just inform Vikram sir about this because
add
I don't
add
know
it as
about.
the suggestion.
Yeah, I don't know whether this can be done. This is an issue from trade because I think it's an issue from broker side. But I will just inform Vikram sir. No, at least I'll let him know that this was the feedback. Yeah, session expired. Yeah.
Especially that 3:29, 3:28 p.m. it's happening. So
yeah, it should not happen.
We can't be able to
close the positions also. Correct,
up to that point, we don't know how the session is expired. So if we know, we can log in. Tell them to log in again.
Right,
but only it's happening for few people.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe for this particular broker or something like that, this might. But I'll just put this forward, this particular point to Vikram sir. In any case, he will also be there in the next weekend session, so we can discuss that according to this. Okay, sir. Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay,
no,
all right.
And
if you have any, like
that Edelweiss advanced, sir. That Edelweiss login issues, I said, for auto login.
I spoke to Vikram sir. I think I mentioned that, right, in the morning, that this thing. So that for that, right, Vikram sir mentioned that issue is from Edelweiss end, but he will look into it. But as of now, there is no way to change that into, like, for other brokers, we have this directly token generation, right? Because what happens is that for Finvishi and all, right, we are able to store the login credentials, like the Finvishi user ID and password on the Tradetron platform. But for Edelweiss, they have this different authorization token system where you have to log into their system, and then only you can basically on that Edelweiss app, right? It will take you to that website, and then only you have to log in. So that's a restriction from that their side. That's what becomes a threat. But in any case,
they have started a smart API, sir, for these kind of issues.
Like Angel. I mentioned, you mentioned that to me last time. I've mentioned that also, but he said that update has not come to Tradetron. So in any case, when he's there next weekend, right, sir, you can just ask this question to him at that point in time, so that even he will be able to answer that to you on the live basis. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, all right. So as we discussed, next we are not having a session tomorrow. We are having a session next weekend. We will discuss about strategies. Also, Vikram sir will join us, so we can have a collective session. And also, if you have any doubts, if you have any queries, if you get stuck, you can let us know. And also, what we will do is we will also have one revision session. So maybe next Sunday, right? Once we are done with the presentations, we will have a revision session of what we have discussed all through this course. So that will give you an overall idea of where we are standing in terms of understanding the entire platform. Okay. All right.
So
thank you.
We have to give presentation on Saturday, I think.
Yeah, next Saturday we will have that session. No, if so that's the reason why I'm telling you now, so that it's 1 week's time, right? So if you want it to be on Sunday, just let me know so that we can discuss this according to that the schedule. Like whenever you are comfortable, we can have it according to that.
Okay.
Okay, so you can just discuss it in Telegram group, or if you have some listing, then we can basically just have that session according to that. Not an issue. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
Sir.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend. If you have any doubts, I am always available. So please get in. Yeah, and also some of the things that we discussed, right? Please message me on WhatsApp sometime later, so that what I will take on AnyDesk, and we will discuss your individual issues according to
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll contact you.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay. Bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you.